guys, it's Jen. This morning on our Jen and Juice, so usually I do some instruction or teaching or something about the body specifically, or recipes or food, but today I wanted to do something a little different, and I wanted to give you some encouragement for your health and in your healing. And I want to ask you a question. What is standing in the way between the life you really, really want, or your biggest goal, or your biggest dream? What is standing in the way? I would like to propose to you it's an element of your health. And I only say that because I know 2 years ago I had everything taken from my life. I was at the peak of my chronic illness and autoimmune disease, and I had to stop working as a nurse. I had to table my dreams in the process of going back to school to be a nurse practitioner. I had to give all that up. I watched my life dissolve in front of me, my relationships, my social life, and I was what I like to call couch-ridden sick. And in that time, I went through a lot of healing and learned a ton of information, and that's why I'm doing what I'm doing today to help you all. But what is standing in the way between you and your greatest goals for your life? I'd like to propose it's your health. So I always talk about this pyramid of health and the way that I view health now. We have physical at the bottom, emotional, mental, and spiritual, and that makes our pyramid. And there is at least one aspect of this pyramid that we could be working on to improve your health. And I see you, especially women. I feel like you all are like my sisters. I see you every day. I know you watch these videos and you DM me or we talk and you tell me, Jen, I'm just trying to get through the day. I'm just trying to make it to work and have enough energy when I get home to make dinner, for my husband. And then all I want to do is just veg out on the couch and recover. Or I put so much of myself into my job or into my kids or into my family. There is no way that I could commit to healing all of the chronic conditions and autoimmune disease processes that I have in my body. And girl, I see you, and I know men are experiencing this too. Men, a lot of times your symptoms, you might not have, hi Sparta, the physical symptoms that a lot of the women experience because of your hormone profile, but your inflammation and your disease will oftentimes manifest in the anxiety, depression department and the mental health. So listen up, this is really important for you as well. But I see you and I hear you and I know it's hard, but your health is like every day that you choose to do something for your health and for your healing, you're like putting a penny into a piggy bank. And it feels so minuscule, and it feels like, every day I'm drinking this juice and it's like, just one morning, just give me a break. Like, I don't want to do it. I don't want to make it. Like, just let me do something that's, just have like my normal breakfast or what I used to eat, whatever. But every day that I do my morning routine, I make this juice. Usually this time I'm journaling, I'm doing a devotional, I'm doing my gratitudes, and sometimes I don't feel like doing it. Most days I don't feel like doing it. But every day I'm putting a penny into that piggy bank. And 3 years later, on this path of my healing, and 2 years past the worst of it, I all of a sudden opened up this piggy bank of this savings account, and now I have a ton of abundance to spend. It is like pouring into a vase. When you're pouring into your health, you have to pour into yourself. And the more you pour into you, the more full you get, and you just are able to spill over to others effortlessly, serve them, lead them, love them. But it has to start with your health and in your healing. And so if you want to talk more about this pyramid of health and understand what steps you can take, just as our pyramid is physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual, we have to heal our body, our heart, our mind, and our spirit. And it does start with the physical, start with a solid foundation. And it is so important to work with someone who is going to get your physical ailments relieved and the vitality back in your life. I recommend someone who knows and understands functional medicine, someone who absolutely relies on and believes in nutritional therapy. It is so important. The most important thing is what you're putting into your body and what you're putting into your mouth. That will ultimately change your health over, any pill, any supplement. You don't need a person, and you don't need a pill, and you don't need all these things to heal your body. You have to start with you, and you have to do the work, and the work starts in here. And do you believe that your body can heal? And do you believe that food can be your your medicine and nutrition is important, and moving your body, and of course taking the right supplements and doing the right therapies. That is all important for your physical, because without your physical needs met, you're just in survival mode, and there's no way that you can worry about next working on your emotional health or healing your heart. So many of our symptoms manifest as a physical problem, but they're actually an emotional cause. And there are great therapies, great techniques that you can use. And also, let me encourage you that while practitioners and therapists and people are really, really wonderful, if you don't have the resources to do that, you can do the healing work on your own. There are people, watch these videos, there are tons of resources, books, online courses, and groups that you can do to begin your emotional healing. But it has to start with you, and you have to want to do the work. And then for your mental health, so what are you believing about yourself? And your thoughts literally create your reality, and they also create your health, because a thought creates a chemical in your body, which then goes into your bloodstream and creates a hormone, and our hormones are dictating our health, and the chemistry of our blood is our health. So how is your mental health? And how are you? Our mental health is what is on the inside. Our emotional health is our heart and outwards and what we're bringing in and how that affects our health. Our mental health is what do we believe about ourselves and what do we think is true, and are we willing to do the work to dig into it? It is, I think, easier to spend the time and spend the money and spend the resources spinning our wheels and kind of going in circles and going to different practitioners and groups and all these different modalities. But at the end of the day, you can go do all the actions, but is your heart in it? Are you doing the work? And then lastly, our spiritual health, or our spirit, healing our spirit. And that is the tier of the top tier of the pyramid. And I believe the most important, because for every physical problem that we have, it is actually a spiritual cause. So are we connecting to something greater than ourselves? Do we believe that we have a purpose greater than ourselves on this earth? And are you devotionally, and are you praying? Are you journaling? Are you doing all these things? Are you connecting? Are you meditating? Whatever that looks like for you, are you a part of an awesome spiritual community, a church? Your spiritual health will absolutely work itself down from the top of the pyramid to help heal your physical. It's all so related. And I see you, and I know it's hard, and it's been 2-3 years for me of my healing journey, and I'm still not perfect and I'm still not there, but I can tell you, even from 3 weeks ago, 3 months ago, 3 years ago, so much can change. And it just starts with the daily work and what you're willing to invest. And I'll just leave you with this picture. Healing your body is like rolling a boulder up a hill. Literally, the first couple steps you're going to take, you don't have the neural pathways. Your brain literally does not know how to get there. But if you can practice visualization and just practice manifesting in your mind what that healing is going to look like, your subconscious will literally make those pathways for you, and the rest of your body will be able to follow suit. So working on that and just understanding the first couple steps, they're going to be super, super hard. And then, but once you get to the top of that hill and everything's just kind of flat for a little bit, it's still work, but it's more manageable, and you're learning the routines, you're learning how to do everything. And then on the other side, and I can speak from this experience because now I'm on that downhill slope, it's easy as long as you're just doing your routine and putting in the steps. And you can take some days off here and there, and you can have a little bit of leeway in your diet, and if you miss some of your normal practices that make you healthy, that's okay. But you have to put in the work, and there's a reason we're at the time and the, what do you call it, the generation or the time of the earth that we are being called to an awakened state of health. We have given our power away. The generations before us have given our power away of our health. We have made diagnoses our prognoses. We have played victim mentalities to all these processes and ailments and symptoms in our body. This is just how it is when we get older. This is just, women gain weight after they have kids. You don't have to live with that quality of health. And it starts with believing that you can heal, and it starts with knowing that your body was created to live in abundant health. We were created to live in vitality and serve others and love others well, and we don't have to suffer with these symptoms. So I just wanted to encourage you today that I see you, and I know that everything that you're doing is super hard for your health and healing. And I think it's easy to look at someone at this point in their journey and think that Oh, well, it's easier for them. It wasn't easy for me, and I understand that it doesn't, the first couple steps are the hardest thing that you'll have to do, and until you start to forge those new neural pathways, it will be super, super hard. But work with someone who understands and someone who knows that can help you, and get your community. Reach out to people on social media. That's all I had. I didn't have answers from people in close proximity to me, but that is what an online community is for. And then create your own community in person. So I hope this encourages you and has served you and inspires you, and that you can reach that greater state of health and healing. And I know you can. We all have it within us. Once you believe that your body can heal, you're halfway there.